I think there was an episode I did recently about this Perry Green video that came out. There was this ex-husband of Marjorie Taylor Greene. He was in a Cybertruck and he was just like ranting and raving at these three young Muslim women, just like cursing at him and saying, go back, get the F out of our country. And you're not American. And what do you do? And they were praying.
Yeah.
Ironically, they were praying in a parking lot garage. And something that this brings up to me is like this idea that I think Muslims and Christians and anyone who's Christian listening to this who maybe doesn't know enough about Muslims, you clearly do because you spend a lot of time with friends and people around you that are Muslim. But what I want people to understand is like, if you just look at the thing through a lens that's different and not look at it through the lens of like propaganda, again, people who want to divide communities and not get people to actually care and love each other and possibly learn from each other and grow together. You'll look at a woman who's dressed modestly and go, man, those Muslims are crazy. They seem like they're so restrictive. Why do their women cover like that? Man, it's just, and you can come up with all these like ignoramus, in my opinion, kind of aggressive arguments that are very much like anti-Muslim or anti what these people are doing. Why aren't they American? Why are they dressed like me kind of arguments? On the flip side, if you have a conversation like we're having, and if people talk to each other and open their minds and hearts, and you realize ultimately what Muslim culture is doing and what Islam is doing is saying, I love my daughter so much and I care for her so much and I want to protect her so much. I don't want her body to be out on display for every guy, because let's face it, guys can be pigs and dogs. I don't want her body out on display for every guy walking down the street as she walks down the street. I want her protected. I want her guarded. I want modesty about her body. I want her to feel like she isn't a piece of meat thrown out there for everyone just to gawk at or bark at or take a chunk out of. And so I think if people under just that statement I made right there, I think if most people hear it and they go, I could get that. I have a daughter. I have a sister. I have a mother. I have a wife. If I walked in someplace with my little girl or whatever, and some weird people were like looking at her and it was age inappropriate and they were a little, and she's like 15, 16, and you got some guys that are in their 30s looking at her weird. Like, guys know. If you're a father, if you're an older brother, you have a younger sister, you walk around with them, you know when a look is not right and you know when it's okay.
Yeah.
And we have a detector for that. Like, I know what those guys are doing. I know I saw the look.
Yeah.
So I think what people need to understand, I use this as one example, because it's always brought up, like Muslims or women dress weird or they wear hijab or whatever, headscarf. It's not coming from a place of we want to be weird or we want to look odd or we want to be oppressive towards women or we want to, prevent them from having a good time.
Yeah.
It's purely from the sake of family protection, and every family, the foundation of a family is the mother.
Yeah.
Is the